Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Desiree Kate Danio Padilla, and I am delighted to welcome you to my discussion on the intricate interplay between multiculturalism and education. As we embark on this exploration, let us consider the profound impact of diverse perspectives on the educational landscape. Okay, before I proceed to my topic, I have here a quote from Kofi Annan, which states that we may have different religions, different languages, different colored skin, but we all belong to one human race. So this quote emphasizes the shared humanity among people, highlighting that despite differences in religion, language, and skin color, we are all part of the same human race. It promotes the idea of unity and commonality, encouraging understanding and acceptance among diverse individuals. Okay, here's the objectives for my topic. First, understand the significance of multiculturalism in education. Second one, analyze the benefits of incorporating diverse perspectives in the curriculum, promoting cultural competence among students and educators. And the third one, to develop practical strategies to integrate multicultural elements into teaching practices. And these are the subtopics. First, definition of multicultural education, goals of multicultural education, dimensions of multicultural education, followed by the approaches of multicultural education, great philosophers and thinkers of education in a multicultural perspective, and lastly, the advantages and challenges of multicultural education. Okay, what is multicultural education? According to Bank and Bank's 1995, multicultural education is a field of study and an emerging discipline whose major aim is to create equal educational opportunities from diverse racial, ethnic, social class, and cultural groups. So Bank and Banks emphasizes that multicultural education serves as both field of study and an emerging discipline. The primary objective is to foster equal educational opportunities across various dimensions, including race, ethnicity, social class, and culture. This approach acknowledges the diverse backgrounds of students and aims to create an inclusive learning environment that values and respects different perspectives. Okay, next are the goals of multicultural education. So the goals of multicultural education are the following. First is the educational equity. Next is the intercultural, interethnic, intergroup understanding, followed by freedom, expanded knowledge, and lastly, the informed and inquisitive multicultural perspective. Let's proceed to the dimensions of multicultural education. The content integration, the knowledge construction process, prejudice reduction, and equity pedagogy, and an empowering school culture and social structure. Content integration deals with the extent to which teachers use examples and content from a variety of cultures and groups to illustrate key concepts, principles, generalizations, and theories in their subject area. The knowledge construction process describes teaching activities that help students to understand, investigate, and determine how the implicit cultural assumptions, frames of references, perspectives, and biases of researchers and textbook writers influence the ways in which knowledge is constructed. Prejudice reduction helps students to understand how ethnic identity is influenced by the context of schooling and the attitudes and beliefs of dominant social groups, and equity pedagogy exists when teachers modify their teaching in ways that will facilitate the academic achievement of students from diverse racial, cultural, socio-economic, and language groups, and equity pedagogy also includes using a wide variety of teaching styles and approaches that are consistent with the range of learning styles within various cultures and ethnic groups. And lastly, the empowering school culture and social structures within it involves restructuring the culture and organization of the school so that students from diverse racial, ethnic, socioeconomic, and language groups experience equality. This also requires the creation of qualitatively different relationships among various groups within schools. Also, relationships that are based on mutual and reciprocal respect for cultural differences that are reflected in school-wide goals, norms, and cultural practices. Let's proceed to the great philosophers and thinkers of education in multicultural perspective. First is Gandhi. Gandhi ideas on multicultural perspective revolved around holistic education, emphasizing moral and ethical knowledge. He believed in the importance of integrating practical skills such as handicrafts into education to foster self-efficiency and a connection to one's work. Literacy was seen as a tool for empowerment, enabling individuals to engage actively in society. Gandhi also advocated for hands-on education, where it emphasized learning through experience and practical application rather than theoretical knowledge alone. He believed that education should prepare individuals not just academically, but also for their role in society, promoting a sense of responsibility and social consciousness. Okay, let's proceed to the next philosopher, which is John Amos Comenius, where he believes visual teaching is important. Also, Comenius emphasized the use of vernacular language for teaching, suggesting that students should be educated in their native languages to facilitate better comprehension. Also, Comenius advocated three important aspects of education, which were intellectual education, moral education, and religious education. Last philosopher is Paulo Freire, which he believed that education should be an act of learning in which one develops an understanding for culture and freedom, and he also believes that schools should be the agent of change. Okay, let's proceed to the advantages of multicultural education. According to the National Association for Multicultural Education, multicultural education helps students develop positive self-image, offer students an equitable educational opportunity, allow multiple perspectives and ways of thinking, combat stereotypes and prejudicial behavior, and teaches students to critique society in the interest of social justice. Multicultural education fosters positive self-image by validating diverse identities, provide inequitable education opportunities by recognizing varied learning styles, promotes multiple perspectives, fosters critical thinking, combats stereotypes, prejudice through inclusive content, and encourages students to critique society for social justice, cultivating a more inclusive and informed citizenry. Okay, next is the challenges of a multicultural education, the direction versus goals, lack of training or preparation, social structure of schools, and dichotomizing culture. The challenge of direction versus goals in multicultural education revolves around finding a balance between providing a clear education direction that ensures consistency and achieving specific goals, while also recognizing and respecting the diverse perspectives, values, and learning styles within a multicultural student body. The challenge of a lack of training or preparation in multicultural education often results in educators feeling ill equipped to address the diverse needs of their students. And one challenge in implementing multicultural education within the social structure of schools is the potential resistance or lack of readiness among educators and administrators. And also the challenge of dichotomizing culture in multicultural education refers to oversimplifying diverse cultural identities into rigid categories, often leading to stereotyping and misunderstanding. Before I end my topic, let us all remember that a key goal of multicultural education is to change schools so that all students will have an equal opportunity to learn. That's all, and thank you for listening.